All right, let's see if we can get this set up here. Dun dun dun. Do 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 do. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That looks good. All right. All right, so we got a game here for Inside Pitch Baseball. There's been a lot of chatter going on in several of the sports simmers channels about Inside Pitch lately. Some that want to get in and try it. I know that Espo Strat Baseball is interested in this system. A couple other simmers out there are interested in getting into this. So I've been wanting to get to play some more of this. I played a bunch of it and kind of ran my own tournament where we took all the teams from the 2015 season, ranked them based upon their ending record, and then put them up. Al Red Sox fan is first. Ranked them 1 to 30, and then had a little playoff run. And so you can check out that and on my channel if you're interested. So here we go. We are in New York, New York. That was a fun tournament, says Al Red Sox fan. It was. It was an exceptionally great tournament. So many upsets, so many good games, so many good comebacks, so many unexpected things that happened. And I can still remember, and I'm not going to give it away for those of you who haven't watched it, but the championship game was won on a play that would happen 1 in a million. So that's what really separated it. New York, New York. So this is game from April 17th, 2015. I believe it was the 17th. And we're using historic lineups, so let's take a look at them. Miami. We have D. Gordon at second base, Christian Yelich in left field, Giancarlo Stanton in right, Martin Prado at third, Mike Morris at first, Marcel Ozuna in center field, JT Realmuto, the catcher, Hidemi Hechavarria at shortstop, and yes, I said that right, and Jarrett Cosart, the pitcher. For New York, it's Curtis Granderson in right field, Travis DeNarnold catching, Lucas Duda at first, Michael Kadire in left field, Daniel Murphy at second, Eric Campbell at third, Juan Nagares center field, Wilmer Flores at short, and Dylan Gee, the pitcher. Clinton Parks is in the house. Everyone say hi to Clinton. So yeah, I know there's a lot of chatter going on about Inside Pitch lately on a lot of the sim channels out there, between Tabletop Baseball and Higher Ground Gaming, of course, Al Red Sox fan, of course, Espo Strat. So I thought, yeah, I haven't played this in a while, so it's a good thing to do it. So first thing you're going to get is you're going to look at the card here that's going to get information about the stadium you're in. We're in Citi Field. So for strikeouts, it's going to give a +1 to all the ratings. For walks, a -2. And that basically takes into consideration a lot of the foul territories, how large the park is, etc. And then home runs are just straight up. No bonus, no penalty on it. And so that would be a 0. If anyone has any questions about it, let me know. I'm not saying I'm an expert at this game, but I have played 40 or 50 games of it by now. So I would say I understand pretty much most everything. So you're going to be rolling on the pitcher card first. You're going to roll 2d6. First dice will give you the row, second dice will give you the column. You're just going to intersect them. There are lots of different results. We'll look at them when they pop up. So let's get things started here. I do have the sound turned off because there is some really cool sound effects in the game, but there's also some really annoying ones that get to be a little repetitive. So, anyways, I turned them off. Dylan Gee is going to be facing off against D. Gordon. So you could kind of say this is a battle of the DGs. Ah, staying alive. The DGs, get it? All right. It's getting late. What the hell? Let's go. So 2, 6 is going to give us this result right down here, which is a bracket S1 result. So normally this isn't going to take any effect in the beginning of the game and towards the middle of the game. What this does is if your pitcher, in this case Dylan Gee, has his, what's the rating called? The rating where he can only face so many batters before he's considered tired. So I'm going to say it's his exhaustion rating. So if this comes up when he's exhausted, it's going to be an automatic single, and the pitcher is going to have to be removed if you got that option on. Otherwise, you just can kind of ignore it and go right into the batter's card, which we will do. So we're going to roll on D. Gordon's. And it's a 52, so that's an S9 result. That's going to be a single in the right field. D. Gordon's on. We'll go to the next batter. This next batter is Christian Yelich. It's late and we're staying alive, says Al Red Sox fan. That's true. So, hit and run is what the strategy roll. So before, if there's a base runner on, you're going to roll on a special chart. And if you roll certain numbers, it's going to tell you what basically the manager of the team wants you to do. So steal, hit and run, pick off, sack, squeeze, bunt, and hit. So in this case, we rolled and it gave us a result of hit and run. So we're going to click on hit and run. Gives you all the different stats that will come into play. So all ground double play ratings are going to get a -2. You'll notice Christian Yelich right here, ground ball double play is actually a 0. So if that does come into play, that's going to be good. All base running ratings are going to be +2. All home runs and walk rates for the batter are cut in half, et cetera, et cetera. You can look at the stats down there at the bottom. So we got runner at first. We're trying to hit and run, and away we go. It is a 4-4. That would have been a possible home run, but it's cut in half. So anytime you click a home run result and not the home run question mark, let's see if he actually has any of those on his card. This one here. So if you roll a home run question mark, the first thing you're going to do is look at the pitcher to see if they give a home run based upon the lefty-righty split. If it's just a home run, you look immediately at the batter to see if he is going to fit in the results. So in this case, Yelich only has a 3 or less on it. We rolled an 18, so it's not a home run. So we're going to go on. Al is asking, does he know how much this game goes for? I think it's $30 for the, somewhere around there, if I'm remembering correctly, $30 for the base game, and then each season file is about $15, I think, somewhere around there, if I'm right. So we'll roll for Christian Yelich here. 6-2, and anytime you get a result with a slash on it, it's going to be, if it's facing a left-handed batter, it's going to be on the left side of the slash. If it's a right-handed batter, or a right-handed pitcher, which Dylan Gee is, it's going to be the result on the right side of the slash. So this is going to be a G1 result. So in the G1, it's a ground ball hit over to the pitcher, and we're going to check to see if there's a double play. But because we put the hit and run on, our double play is a 0. So you roll a dice to see if the number is less than or equal to the double play, which would be a 0. So it's not going to happen. D. Gordon's going to advance and out at first. So one away, D. Gordon on at second base. Due up, Giancarlo Stanton. I don't know if you guys might have heard of him nowadays. He's a pretty good player. And away we go. 21, that's going to be a possible strikeout. So anytime a strikeout comes out, you look at the 20-sided dice and see if it falls within the batter's range. So it's 15 or less. It's a 5, so obviously that is going to be a strikeout. So Giancarlo Stanton goes down on strikes. The board game is down to $7 for PDF files. Really? I'm going to have to get back on their website and check it out. That's good information by Bob Burrowick, a Cardinal fan. So anything Bob says is a number one on my site. Somewhat cheaper than the $1,000 for a season for Apple, right? Funny, Ken. Ken making some funnies. So 2 away. We'll roll back on the pitcher here. Martin Prado is up 4-2. That's going to be a possible strikeout. 9 is higher than the 8, so it's not a strikeout. So we'll roll on Prado's card. 6-3 is a fly ball to left, and that will end the inning. So 1 hit, no runs, no errors. After half an inning, no score. So Jared Cosart's coming in for Miami, facing off against Curtis Granderson. Got the board game, but higher ground game. He says he's got the inside pitch board game, but hasn't played it yet. 2016 season. Yeah, higher ground game. I'm waiting to see some of that. Inside pitch board game. I know you were high on doing it for a while there, but anyways, so Granderson lefty-righty matchup here. One thing it does do, obviously, for the computer is it keeps track of all the stats and everything. I don't have any stats for the players or the teams because I wipe the file clean and restart after I played that tournament. So I haven't actually played it since then, or I might have played a couple other teams, but I haven't played Miami or New York. Let's all hit that like button. That's a good idea. I'm liking that. Here we go. Jared Cosart. That is a 2-3. Possible strikeout. Nope, too high. Granderson looking for a pitch. 62, hits it deep, down the line, going in the court, and Stanton makes a running catch. 1 away. Next batter's up, Travis Denardold. 1-5. That's going to be, RP stands for range plays. So if you look at the defensive lineup here, the first number is their range play, their range, and that's based on a 6-sided dice. To make the play, they need to roll their number or less. So you can see Yelich here is a 5. So on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a 6-sider, he'll make the play. Ozuna in center field is only a 2. The second number in the brackets is their error range, and that's usually rolled against a 20-sided dice. So obviously Ozuna would make an error if you roll 1 on a 20, and Yelich would make an error on a 1 or 2. The third number is a plus or minus on different situations for base running, and this is basically their throw. So Ozuna would give -1 to the dice, while Yelich would give +1. So minus is better. So Stanton here with the cannon in right field is going to give -2 if you're trying to come home when the ball's hit to right field there. Anyways, a 1-5 is a range play, and then the little @ symbol means it's going to be a ballpark check. So we're going to have a range play at the ballpark. And notice when I click on this, the card down here changes to the ballpark card. It gets rid of Travis's card and replaces it with the ballpark card. So we're going to roll on the ballpark card now. The biggest drawback to doing cards and dice is I'm so used to the computer doing all the stats. Hard to break that habit. That is true. Higher ground gaming, that is true. after doing a lot of solitaire football off camera, practicing my stat keeping. That's one thing. If you're doing cards and dice, it's all up to you to keep track of that. So we'll roll on the chart here. Usually getting on the chart here is going to make a big difference because that's where a lot of your big hits will happen. 6-6. Oh, speaking of big hit, there's a home run check. So on a home run check, you're going to check that number and compare it, home run 9, and compare that to the home run value of the player. In this case, 9 is less than 14, so it is a home run. Travis DeNarnold cranks one, going, gone, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead. Anybody a Mets fan? Interesting. We get on and we watch all the Simmers doing their games. I don't ever remember seeing anyone that was like rooting for the Mets. So I don't know if anyone out there is a Mets fan. Not that I know off the top of my head. I know obviously Higher Ground Gaming and Al Red Sox fan. These guys are all Boston all the time. Darno, thank you. Clinton Parks. I don't know what I would do without Clinton Parks. I tell you, he's like my sidekick because he comes in and he corrects me every time. That would be Travis Darno, I believe is the way it is. Darno. All right. Well, 1-0. Lucas Duda up. Lefty-righty matchup here. 5-5. We got an RP again. That stands for range play. 1-6. So before I click it, it's going to be F7. So once I click it, it'll automatically do it for me. But I'll explain to you what will happen. So left fielder is going to be Yelich. Again, it's going to roll a 6-sided dice. 1 to 5. Yelich is going to make the play. On a 6, he doesn't make the play. It'll also roll a second dice. And the second dice will tell you whether or not it's a 1 base or a 2 base hit. So let's click it and show you. So come up. So, oh, look at that. He rolled a 6, so he failed. So it gives you a choice. Either he passed or failed. And then roll the 6-sided dice. And 1 through 4 is a single. 5 and 6 is a double. So that's going to be a double for Lucas Duda as Yelich can't make the play down the line. And the cool thing about inside pitch, there's a lot of good things about inside pitch, actually. There is a ton of good things to like about it. But the number one thing is it's such an easy system because it just uses a couple 6-sided dices. But all of the stats and everything make sense. You can just look at the cards and go, oh, I got a ground ball double play of 3, which means if I roll 1, 2, or 3, I probably hit it in a double play. Or the results are based upon a 20-sided dice. It's just very intuitive, I find, anyways. So he failed, and that's going to be a double by Lucas Duda. Hopefully I'm explaining this okay for you. If you haven't played before, I know some people are interested in picking this up soon. And so they want to see some more inside pitch and learn more about it. So when they get their set, they can unbox it and be ready to play. Start rolling the bones. So we're going to click here for next batter, and Michael Kadire comes in. And we're going to try a pickoff attempt. Again, we roll that dice because there's a base runner. Looks like we rolled a 1, which means a pickoff attempt. But notice over here, Jared Cosart, he has no pickoff or pickoff error rating. So we can click on this and it'll actually do nothing. So in this case, we can just kind of ignore it because he doesn't have a rating. So there's no sense in doing it, right? All right, so man on second tries to pick off, thinks better about it. Finally decides to come home. We got a range play at the ballpark again. We saw what happened last time with the 6-6 home run. Notice Michael Kadire's card is now the card for the ballpark. If we roll a 6-6, it'll be a home run again, probably. 2-3, though. 2-3. 2-3 is an S plus 9. Because we have a range play, though, this is normally a single plus, meaning you can get a single, a double, a triple, or a home run based upon what the 20-sided dice rolls. But because we're actually doing a range play, we do that first. Stanton is a 4, we rolled a 6, so we actually failed. Now we find out, looks like it's going to be a single. Roll a d6. We're going to check Stanton's arm. It's going to be a 4. I'm sorry, it's a -2. 5 -2. He's got to have a higher base running than the total dice number to advance. And in this case, he does not. He only has a base running of 0. So he's not going anywhere further. So Lucas Duda comes in on the single. And the Mets take a 2-0 lead. Higher Ground Gaming says, bad programming too. Higher Ground Gaming, I agree with you. We've gone around with that. Me and you, we've communicated about that. But I noticed when I loaded this up today, there is actually some new features in it. I don't know if it automatically downloaded them or what, but I think they've updated some of the programming on it. I'll have to get back with you on that. And when you load yours up, see if you see the same thing I see. I think maybe there was, and I can't stop it because we're in the middle of the game, but there's now an option when how when you're choosing your options, whether or not you want to have the sound and if you're going to use historic lineups and all that. There's now an option to have the computer simulate the game. So I don't ever remember that ever being in there before. So I don't know if they've been updating it with some new options. That would be awesome. The inside the crease hockey, and inside the paint basketball are great as well. And inside blitz. I like the inside blitz actually. I played that quite a bit as well. They're all really good systems. Really good. Like we've talked about Higher Ground Gaming. The only thing we really had is too many crashes because of the programming. There's one specific bug. And hopefully they'll fix that and get rid of that bug. But anyways, runner on first, no strategy. Let's get things keep going here. 41. So notice this again is got a K and then in the brackets is a W. Remember, anything inside the brackets, if the pitcher is considered tired, that will take the effect. So if he was tired, he would walk him instead of strike him out. In this case, the strikeout is not low enough anyway, so Daniel Murphy gets a hold of one. Let's see where it goes. It's a 61. So star 2, anything with the double stars refers back to the pitcher, and you're going to look at the top of the pitcher's column. And if it's a 2, it's going to be a G6. If it would say star 4, you would just go right there, star 4, so that's a G5. So when I click this, it automatically does that for me. You'll see when I click this, it'll automatically put it there, and it's going to be a ground ball hit to short. And now I got to click that. Bloop, there we go. So now we got to find out if it's double play or not. Again, ground ball double play for Daniel Murphy is a 2. They roll a 5, so the dice has to be less than or equal to this number. So obviously it's not. So then you check to see if it's runner out at first or runner out at second. And in this case, if the roll is greater than the runner on first base, his base running, then it's a force out at second. So his base running is a 2. It's higher than his 2. So it's going to be out at second, fielder's choice. He's going to be thrown out at second. All right, forced out a second. Yeah, I guess that would make more sense. Forced out a second. Fielder's choice. And there we go. It's always been there, but I don't think it's functional though. I don't ever remember seeing it, but okay. No, I don't think it's functional either, but um, I know they were working on possibly implementing that. 52, we just go star star. So again, we're going to look at the star stars up here. It's going to check the white dice and put the result up there. Again, this is going to be a G6, and that's going to end the inning. So I'm going slow. I know for some of those of you who haven't played this, you can import your own pitchers, which you can see I have done for Miami. I haven't done that for the Mets, unfortunately, or at least not all the Mets, anyways. But you can import your own pitchers. You can actually import your own logos as well. And I thought you can import down here like a baseball image of the ballpark, which I haven't done. I know that Higher Ground Gaming has done that because I've seen it on his channel. But he's so good at that stuff, so I'm not very good at it. Mike Morris is out. We're in the top of the second. It is 2-0. 1-4. And he's going to be going against a right-hander, so that's a K plus. Plus means you're going to add 10 to the 20-sided dice. So in this case, 10 is going to be added to the rating of the player. So instead of a 15, it went to a 25. 1 is less than 25, obviously, so it's a strikeout. Marcell Ozuna. I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. That's not good. 1-2, H by P, hit by pitch, and players do have a hit by pitch rating. You're going to look at the 20-sider and compare that. Obviously, it would have to be a 1. It's not. But anytime, the rule of thumb is anytime you check a stat off the batter's card, the next play will be a roll on that card. So even though it's like, oh, hit by pitch, it didn't work, do I re-roll back on the pitcher card? No. As soon as you look at the batter card for any stat or any result, like a strikeout, a walk, a home run check, a hit by pitch, anything like that, then you move off the pitcher card and roll on the batter's card. I know a lot of people get confused. I don't know what to do. And this is a righty. It's going to be a W plus. Notice his W ratings are 10 and 9, but when I click on this, oops, 2-3. Sorry. I'm down here. And that's going to be an F8 into center field. It's a bit restrictive on the photo. You have to name exactly correct, and the ballparks don't always work. That's true. It was a pain in the ass to do the pitchers because you have to name them exactly like they look in the game. So for JT Real Muto, you have to call it J.T. space Real Muto. No dashes, no commas, no nothing. So otherwise, it won't see his photo. And the ballparks don't always work. I don't know because I haven't tried it, but I know that's just the information that Higher Ground Gaming is passing on to me. So a blank means ignore the card, go to the batter's card. Whose are easy results? 5-4. That's going to be a round ball. Hit to short, and we're going to the bottom of the second. The other thing is this game, especially on the computer, it flies. I mean, I can get a game done in probably 15, 20 minutes if I was not just talking and conversing with you guys. I can get a game done really quick. I mean, they're nice, quick playing games. I love the computer version. There are some deficits with it, obviously, as it won't play. It doesn't have built-in AI, which means if I wanted to replay the 2015 season, I wouldn't have the chance to have the computer auto play the other games, so they wouldn't come into my games with stats. So, like, you know, let's say I was replaying the Mets, and this is game number 12 of the season, and let's say we got done with Miami, and the next series was against San Francisco. When San Francisco came in, they would be all zeros because, none of those games had got played. So it's kind of a bummer that way. I wish they would have implemented some kind of AI autoplay feature. I know that they were talking about it and thinking about it, and they were going to do that, but all right, here we go. 5-5 range play. Who's it going to? It is going to 63. That's going to be hit to Gordon. It's a 4. He rolls a 4, so successful range play by Gordon. One away. Top of second. Bottom of second. Sorry. 1-4. And inside the brackets again. We can ignore that because he's not tired. And a 2-6. That's going to be against a right-hander. That's going to be fly ball on the left. If it would have been the other way, if he would have been a left-handed pitcher, that would have been a double. Yellow card means it's the pitcher, so you can just go, oh, wait a minute, I got the pitcher up. In this case, it doesn't matter because we got 2 outs. 1-4, we can ignore that. And a 2-3, that's going to be an auto play. I can't believe how many auto plays we've had. Normally, you don't get the auto plays. So you don't get the auto results. That's what they call these, are the auto results. I believe, something like that. I think they purposely didn't implement it. I forgot the reasoning. Well, Hidemi Hectovaria, Dylan Gee, 61, home run question mark. So when we looked at this earlier, first thing we do is we're going to look at the dice to see if it falls within the range of the pitcher because it has the question mark. If it doesn't have the question mark, you go right to the batter. If it has the question mark, you look at the pitcher. 1-6, that is a 14, so no home run off of the pitcher card. We can ignore it and go to the batter's card now. And that's a 46. It's a ground ball. Hit to second. Jared Cosart's up. Still 2-0. Cruising right along here. 63 against the right-handers. A possible strikeout. It is a strikeout. And D. Gordon up. Now, we'll keep track of stats. Notice D. Gordon is now 1-for-1 because I've actually played it. And you can right-click on it, and it'll give you the stats of what he did in real life. So he played 145 games. He had 615 at-bats, 88 runs, 46 RBIs, 4 home runs, 58 stolen bases, and he batted .333. In our replay so far, 1 game, 1 at-bat, 0 runs, 0 RBIs, 0 home runs, 0 stolen bases, and he averaging 1,000. Did I roll? I don't remember rolling. Did I roll? I'm just going to roll again because I don't remember if I rolled. Sorry. 21, possible strikeout. No strikeout. D. Gordon's up. 1-3 is a single past the second baseman. So D. Gordon still batting 1,000. Yes, the pitcher batter interaction with this game is probably one of my favorites in any system anywhere. The interaction. It's like check the result on the pitcher and then check the result on the batter's card. So not always do you use the batter's card, which gives the pitchers a slight advantage, which I talked about after I ran my 2015 playoff tournament, and I played, it was 46 games or whatever it was, 39 games. The one thing I said after the tournament was the pitchers, really strong pitchers, are much better than really strong batters. So like Clayton Kershaw was a beast in the tournament because he's got such a good card. You hardly ever got to get to use the batter's cards, which is the only downside that I saw between the batter and the pitcher. Is sometimes you get really strong pitchers and they can dominate a game, which they should. I'm not saying that they shouldn't or anything like that, but I mean Clayton Kershaw had some really good statistics in my tournament. He was like 17 strikeouts. It was under a 2 ERA, and it was just insane. They kept the manual inputting to give it a feel of cards and dice. I do remember reading that on their website. Yeah, I like the input. I like the fact that I actually have to click on things and click on the dice roll. Because yeah, it makes it feel. If I just click this button and just auto resolved it for me, like Out of the Park or one of the other computer sims, it wouldn't feel. This one definitely feels, for a computer game, this probably feels the most like a board game, which is a really good strength, I think. Yeah, the Dynasty League looks good. Also reminds me of your Internet Baseball League, but a PC version. Yes. So Clinton, the deal behind that was there was a system that was called Pursue the Pennant. Was in production from like 88 to 94. Then in 1994 it went defunct. It stopped making it. Internet Baseball League was using that system and decided, well, shit, they went defunct. What are we going to do? We're just going to continue on with our own. We're going to use the same thing, but we're going to continue on. We're going to make our own charts and everything. That goes on for a few years, and then Dynasty League picks up the license or re-gets the license or whatever happened, and then they do the same thing. So Dynasty League, baseball, and um, baseball league, Internet Baseball League, are based upon the same original system. So they're very similar, yes. So what are we doing here? We're rolling. You guys get me distracted. I forget what I'm doing. 53. So against the lefty, that's going to be a single. And with the single, base runner advancement, going first to third, you need a 4 to 6 base running. Notice D. Gordon has a 4 base running, very fast, so he is going to go first to third. So first and third, and Miami's got something going here in the top of the third inning. There is 2 outs, though. So first and third for Giancarlo Stanton. So, since we got a lot of baseball fans in here, where do you think Giancarlo is going to end up this year? Is he going to become a Giant? Is he going to become a Cardinal? Uh, is he going to go to Los Angeles, or is he going to stay in Miami? He's kind of, I live in Florida, so they talk about it all the time on the radio down here. But Giancarlo basically, kind of like a week ago, was telling him, you know what? You could trade me all you want. I have a no trade clause, so I'm not going anywhere. And so, like, they told him, and this is all kind of like in the back, people that know people say that this happened in the background. And basically, the Yankees were like, or not the Yankees, Jeter was like, well, that's fine. We just won't have anybody else on the field besides you, because then we'll have to get rid of everybody else on the team if you're going to stay here, because we don't have enough money to pay for everyone. I thought he said he didn't want to go to St. Louis. He has never come out and said that. I haven't heard that. I know that all the announcers and everything were saying that he was he didn't want to play for, he wanted to play for the West Coast team because he's from California, I guess. Clinton Park says, I would love to see him in Boston. I kind of hope the Cardinals don't get him. I know the Cardinals are pushing hard for him, but I kind of hope they don't get him, because I think they can make a play for Yelich and Ozuno, And I think they could probably pick up both of those players, which I think would be awesome because I like both of those players. And they probably wouldn't have to pay as much for Giancarlo, uh, pay for Yelich and Ozuna, and they wouldn't have to pay near as much money. Uh, the individualized fielding and range checks are great as well, says Higher Ground Gaming. I agree. All right, so Giancarlo, let's see if he can get a hold of one here. 32, possible strikeout, and he's down for the second time with the strikeout. So we're going to the bottom of the third, still 2-0. Jared Cosart, 25, and that's going to be either a strikeout or a walk. He is a lefty. That's going to be a strikeout, possible strikeout, I should say. Did not get the roll, so it's not a strikeout. 45, fly ball into right, one away. Travis Darnot, I believe. 1-3, possible strikeout. This time he does get him. And Lucas Duda, 42. And against the lefty, that's a strikeout. Against the righty, that's a possible home run. And no strikeout. 21, that is going to be a fly ball hit to center field. His contract is way too long for me, says Al Red Sox fan. Seattle would be a good choice, says Clinton Parks. Coffee break, coffee break. Diarno. Travis Diarno, thank you again. Ken Castro to the rescue this time. All right, so we're in the top of the fourth, still 2-0. Cruising right along. So they have two different ratings for the pitcher. I don't know why. I think it's stupid. They should just have one rating, like every other baseball simulation game out there. The one on the right is basically his effectiveness. When his effectiveness gets near zero, you should think about pulling him, blah, blah, blah. But the number on the left-hand side of the slash is like, this is the number that is his endurance rating, I think is what it's called. When that gets to zero and he allows another base runner, he's got to be pulled. Now that is, there's an option when you load up the game. It'll ask you, do you want to implement automatic pitcher removal when, when they reach zero, and you can turn that on or off. I turn it on because it forces you to have to get rid of the pitchers instead of stretching them too much. So away we go. Dylan Gee cruising right along here. 61. Uh-oh. I just said that, didn't I? So question mark. We got to check him first. Doesn't fall in the rain, so Prano gets a hold of one. Let's see what he does with it. 55. Ground ball hit to Campbell. Campbell over to Duda. Duda. Mike Morris 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Possible walk, and that is a walk. So now we'll roll to see if there's strategy. No strategy. 35 blank, so we can ignore it. 1-3 against a right-hander is going to be a ground ball hit to short. And a 2 matches the ground ball double play, so that will be a ground ball double play. Bloop. And that ends the inning. That was a 1-2-3 inning pretty quick. Castro says, you're never going to go to sleep. If you're up drinking coffee this late, you're never going to sleep. So we're in the bottom of 4. Mets still cruising. This is one of those danger games. They're like up, nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden Miami's just going to explode for like 4 runs in the 8th inning, and they're going to steal this game. You watch. That's a single. Single into center field. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I am a baseball manager expertise. You guys need to go watch my video from earlier today, Dynasty League. It was the Astros and the Yankees. And even though there was a lot of shenanigans going on, I was the baseball manager. You need to check out that video. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. It was quite a entertaining game. So we haven't come across these so far. There's an E question mark and there's an ET question mark. So E question mark means error possibility, and ET means error on a throw possibility. So obviously, if it's a fly ball to center field or fly ball to left field, if it's an ET, you can just ignore it because they don't need to make a throw unless somebody's trying to take a base. So we rolled a 3-5. In this case, it's an error possible on a throw. So 56 is going to be an S7, so that's going to be into left field. So he's got to throw the ball back in on the single to try and hold the runners. And 5, he is a 2, so no error. So runners at first and second as Kadir's base running is a 1. We rolled a 3. That's higher than his base running, so he's not going anywhere. So runners at first and second, nobody out. Cosart's down to 7 on his endurance rating. Love the shenanigans. Did you watch the game, Ken? Am I not the baseball manager of the year? I think the Yankees should have given me a call after. They should just watch a couple of my videos. That's all I'm saying. 53 against a right-hander is a blank. So in this case, it's a K plus and then a slash, and then there's nothing after the slash. So against a right-handed batter, which is Eric Campbell, anything after the slash, if it's a blank, you just ignore it like it's a blank space. If it's before the slash, if he was a left-hander, then it would be a strikeout, add 10 to their rating. So in this case, it's just a blank. We can ignore it. Hopefully I'm explaining that okay. No doubt you are legit, my friend. I told you. Everybody was laughing at me saying, oh my God, he is crazy. What is his issue? What do we have here? We have a fly ball into center field. Ozuna. What are we checking here? Shouldn't be checking anything. Oh, base runner advancement. That's what we're checking. No advancement. 1 away. I should go to the Yankees ID. Perfect fits is High Ground Gaming. It's coming from a Boston fan. I am legit. I pulled that game out of certain defeat with my expertise. I'm just saying. So we got a little. What do we got going on here? We got some more shenanigans going on as we rolled a possible strikeout. It was no strikeout. Looking for the ground ball double play. No ground ball double play. A runner advancement. Second's going to third, and they're going to get force out at second for the fielder's choice. So still runners at the corners, 2 away. That would be a guaranteed division title for the Red Sox. I don't think so, my friend. I do not think so. I'm legit. Range play coming up. William Flores, 2-2. Oh, and he might take away a hit. So normally if it's question mark, that's going to give you your hits. You're going to roll a die, and you're going to look. So singles, doubles, triples, home runs, and flyouts. In this case, it happens to be a flyout. But Because we're doing a range play, Yelich still needs to make the play, which he does with a 5. That would have not been good if it was hit to anyone but Yelich. That was I can point you to a couple of my videos if you want to watch some expertise in action. I'll have to start keeping a list for you there, Higher Ground Gaming. 61, possible home run. And so once it falls within the pitcher's range, so 1 to 6, it does fall within the range. You're going to roll and you're going to look at the 20-sided dice and compare that to the batter's home run rating. And if it's less than or equal to, it's an automatic home run. You don't check anywhere on the chart. So home run question mark, first thing, find out if it falls in the pitcher's range. In this case, it does. So then you're going to roll a 20-sided dice, check the home run rating. If it falls in that range, it's a home run for JT Real Muto. 1 to 9, it's gone. It is going. Back, and gone. JT Real Muto takes him out. That's like Chinese. I'll take some Chinese takeout. Hidemi Hectorvaria. And that cuts the lead to 2 to 1. 54. Range play at the ballpark. Notice the card switched to Citi Field. So if you were playing cards and dice at home, you would pick up the card for the stadium. 61. And if it's a blank on the card, that means it's a rare play. So rare play is a right fielder dies for a sinking liner, resolve as an S9 range play. Injury check for the right fielder after the range play. No injury is made. So it automatically did all this stuff for us. We do need to make a range check. Granderson is a 3, which is successful. So Granderson makes a diving stop on the ball for the out. So that's back to the top of the 5th, 2-1. Jared Cosart, and we are going to pinch hit for Cosart. He's about done. He doesn't have much stamina left. So, yeah, let's go back to the game. I need to, yeah, that was right. Okay. Who are we going to put in is the question. Let's see from the game who actually came in. Huh? No. I want. Oh, yeah. That's what I want. Okay, I'm right. I'm putting in a pinch hitter. I'm thinking, what pitcher's coming in? I don't need to do that for yet. Higher Ground Gaming, time for bed night, guys. See you later. Planning to do more Grimoire. Yeah, what's going on with Grimoire there, Higher Ground Gaming? What's going on with that? Let's see. AJ Ramos, do we have him on our team? Of course not. How about Suzuki? Where's Ichiro? There he is. Ichiro Suzuki is coming in to pinch hit. And away we go. Ichiro, one of my favorite all-time players. I would say top 15, probably. 1-3. Range play, so there's still a possibility. 65, and that's going to be hit into center field. Lagares, 1 to 4, he makes the play, and he does. As that was an auto out. I guess you don't do the range plays on the auto outs. I thought you did, but I guess not. Hall of Fame is waiting for him. Yes, I do agree, Clinton. One of my all-time favorite players. And, you know, living in Florida now, I get to watch watch a lot of his games. And he doesn't make many appearances anymore because, he's up in age and stuff. But every time he would come up, man, it's crazy. 54. Range play at the ballpark. 62. That's going to be a pop up to the catcher. DR no. And he fails, so it's a foul ball. Repitch. Giarno can't make the play behind the plate. 46 against the lefty. That's a possible home run. But D. Gordon doesn't have much power. Rolled too high. So in this case, we check it. If it doesn't match, then we just roll on the batter's card. 63, and it's going to be into center field. Now we can bring in our pitcher, AJ Ramos. AJ Ramos. Let's see. Let's check on the chat here. Gramar's in our RPGs playing on his channel. Yeah, he made us characters. I know that you had killed off a bunch of us. I thought you had killed me off, my awesome character, at one point. I haven't been able to watch much of it. And to be honest with you, it's because of that annoying sound. I don't know what you're doing with your recording, but it's like a humming sound in the background. And after like 5 minutes, it just drives me insane. I can't watch it anymore. Sorry. I don't mean to be mean. Trust me, I'm not trying to be mean, but you need to fix that sound. I told you about that before. Carlos Torres is coming in. If we have a Carlos Torres. No, he was a pitcher. I need a pinch hitter. Where the hell is all the pinch hitters? It's something with the game. So John Mayberry is actually going to come back in. John Mayberry's coming in the game. There's a humming sound, Eric. I forgot to tell you. ID is right. Yeah, it's very distracting. It's hard to hear what you're saying, and it gives me a headache after a few minutes. So John Mayberry's coming in the game, boys. What do you think of that? I mean, but I love the game. I just can't watch more than a few minutes at a time. That's a strikeout. AJ Ramos is over so far today, 2-4. And we can ignore that. Granderson, 64, fly ball into left. AJ Ramos against Travis DR Nutt, 46. We can ignore that. Yes, we can ignore that. 62, ground ball hit to Morris. So who's going to come in? Let's see. We got a lefty and then like 6, 7 righties in a row. Holy crap. I guess we'll bring in a right-hander. Who did they bring in the real game? Do-do-do-do-do-do. Rafael Montaro. Rafael Montaro's coming in. Might be something with the interface. I was thinking, I don't know if maybe it's the OBS you're running or whatever, but I'm still not sure you're recording it correctly. I think it's the issue. Al was supposed to get back and help you with that, but Ken Castro's got to run. Thanks for the entertaining evening, and thanks, ID, for giving me an insight in the game. I have not previously seen it in action. Oh, well, Ken Castro, I appreciate you being here, your insight. Definitely check it out, man. Check out some of my previous videos as well, or check out Higher Ground Gaming's. It's a really good system. 1-6 against the righty is going to be a double. So Yelich with the double. You guys are awesome. No, Ken, you're awesome. Give XSplit a try. You have to buy XSplit. There's like it's basically like a season pass type thing. You buy it for like $50 a year, or I think I got like a 3 years for like $89 or something like that. So I get it every 3 years. It costs me $89. It's a great little program. I like it. That's what I use. All right, Giancarlo comes up. Just like we were talking about, it's 2-1 now. We've been distracted. More shenanigans from these Red Sox fans out there. And look at that. As Yelich comes in to score, ties the game up on Giancarlo Stanton's single. And before you know it, it's a 2-2 ball game. No strategy. Martin Prado up. 53, possible strikeout. It is a strikeout. And that brings up Mike Morse, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts by Montero. That brings up Ozuna. 6-3, 1-2-3, and strikes out the side after giving up that hit to Giancarlo. We got us a tie ball game going into the bottom of the sixth. I made a mistake. I hit 5-2 by mistake. Oh, really? What did I roll? Was it a 5-2? You may try XSplit again. Been using Screen-O-Matic. All right, High Ground Gaming. Take care. Thanks for stopping in. Meant to hit 5-3. Off the pitcher's guard? Shoot, can't go back. Yeah, that's the only issue I have with the game is I wish these boxes were a little bigger because you can see, I mean, it might even look like I'm clicking on the wrong, because there's just a little bit of space between these two, 5-6. I mean, I could just as easily hit 5-5 because it's, but 5-6 is a strikeout. AJ Ramos, that's a good column for him, the 5 column. Michael Kadire, left fielder, 4-2, 2 strikeouts. He's now officially tired, so notice he's in yellow. So anytime he gets those parentheses, results, that means they will come into play, which means you may or may not want to risk it. In a 2-2 ball game, we have plenty of pitchers. We're going to pull them. Yes. So we're going to put in, let's see. We're going to bring in Michael Dunn, left-hander, to face off against the left-hander, Daniel Murphy. Once again, being an expert manager that I am. 2-3, strikeout. Look at that. Perfect. And that ends it. We go in the top of the 7th, 2-2 ball game. Montero's only got 1 more batter. He's got 2 more righties coming up. He'll face off against JT Realmuto. 4-3, possible walk. No, even with the +10, he still didn't walk. 6-6, but he got a single in the center field. So that's going to be it for Montero. He's going to be, he'll be replaced. Jeremy Blevins is coming in the game. Jerry Blevins, sorry, not Jeremy. Jerry Blevins. Expert manager, let me bring my voodoo charm to this game, says Clinton Parks. Yeah, it can be a pain. It can be. Just, I wish the boxes were a little bigger, which would make you guys aren't actually seeing my whole desktop. Let me get rid of this. So this is my whole desktop, and what I did was in XSplit, I just said just record the little part. So there's plenty of room if they made this like a big interface. This is the biggest the interface is. It's, I don't know, whatever that is, 640 by 480 maybe. So they, if they made the interface, they made the screen bigger, they can make the boxes bigger. So I'll go back to what I was doing before. Do the test stop region. There we go. All right, 2-2. We're in the top of the seventh, 4-6. We got our ballpark. Ballpark 2-5. That's an S plus 7. So an S plus results. All runner advance 2 bases regardless. And roll a d6 versus the batter base running and the outfielder arm. If it's less than or equal to, nope. If it's greater than, batter holds at the single. Roll of a 6, batter is thrown out as second. So thrown out on second is going to be Hector Varela on the 6. So it's a single plus, unfortunately. But that does bring up JT Realmuto to third. Michael Dunn, your day is done. We're going to bring in Dietrich. Dietrich to come in and face off against Blevins, even though he's a lefty. 4-5. Oh, that's going to be an automatic play. Failed the roll, so you're going to use the throw chart with only the base running and the outfielder arm. So in this case, it's a 3. Run rating is higher, so JT Realmuto. If roll is less than or equal to the run rating, then runners advance, otherwise they hold. If roll is less than or equal to what? Interesting. Oh, it's a sac fly is what's going on. Sac fly. If roll is less than or equal to, he's a 4, then runners advance. Otherwise, they hold. So why would you want to roll higher? Why would you want to have a... That seems a little weird, doesn't it? If the roll is less than or equal to the rating, less than or equal to. Yes, it's less than or equal to. Then runners advance. Otherwise, oh, I got it. Yeah, okay, I'm right. I was reading it like an idiot. Ignore me. He does score. If the roll is, yeah, that's what it should have said. I just don't know why I was reading it. If the roll is less than or equal to the running rating, then runners advance. Right. So obviously, roll less than your speed, you're going to go. Otherwise, they hold. Got it. All right. Well, look at that. Miami took the lead 3-2 on the RBI sacrifice fly. Jerry Blevins' day is done. He's going to be facing off against the left-hander, D. Gordon. And we're going to bring in Son Gilmartin. Lefty versus lefty. 42. We got another ballpark check. D. Gordon. 3-3. That's going to be a fly ball. All right, Miami up 3-2 now. Look at that. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Let's see, who are they going to bring in? Sam Dyson, it looks like. Yep, they're bringing in Sam Dyson. Check fielders, what? Okay. Pitcher, Sam Dyson. There. Back to game. Okay. Not sure why I did that. All right, 3-2 ball game going. Here we go. Sam Dyson, Eric Campbell. 55 possible strikeout. No strikeout. 36 fly ball to right. Juan Nagaris. 24 right-hander is a blank. And a 42 fly ball to center. Dyson again. William Flores 0 for 2. 53. Possible strikeout. Nope. And a 42. That's going to be an auto play to third base. Prado to Morris. We go to the top of the 8th. 3-2. Gil Martin's only got 3 batters he can face. He does have another lefty. 25 against the lefty is a possible walk. In that case, would have been better for him to face a right-hander. So Yelich on with the walk. He's down to 2. No strategy, huh? Not with Giancarlo up there? All right, let's do this. Oh, 21. Giancarlo, he is having a horrible day. He's 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He's now 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Martin Prado is 0 for 3. Also a bad day. 6-6. No strikeout, though. 1-3. That is going to be a single into right field. And you roll it. Whenever you do the runner advancement, this is a little crazy, so just be with me with it. When you do the advancement, we roll 1, you get a special chart, and if you roll a 6, you get a special chart, and you got to roll again. So in this case, we rolled the 1. So here's the secondary chart. We roll again, we get a 3. So is the 3, the lead runner advances if roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner's base running. No advancement. The trailer runner advances on the throw. So we're trying to see if he's going to third. Yelich base running is a 5. So at a 6 or higher, he's going to advance with no throw. If it's less than or equal to the base runner, the lead runner advances. So he's going. If roll is less than or equal to the trailing running base runner, which it is, the trailing runner advances. If the roll is less than or equal to the trailer runner's base run, yeah, that was Prado hitting the single. So first and third. Yeah, I agree. I just like to double check them because sometimes they're a little confusing. So New York, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Gil Martin's out. He didn't stay in very long. Carlos Torres is coming in. Boy, you think this is like Game 5 or something in the World Series, as many changes as we're making. 64 range play. 6-2 grounder to short. Is it a double play? I'm 6-5, sorry. 6-2 is a G5. On a G5. How many outs? There's only 1 out. Why are they not trying? Oh, we can either... Yes. Oh, we got to do a range play. That's why. Campbell is a 4, or I'm sorry, he's a 2, and we roll the 4, so he failed it. It is going to be a double, as he cannot get it down the line. And if roll is less than or equal to, the runner advanced. Nope. Prado's going to stop at third. But the Marlins get another insurance run. Forgot it's 2015 and not 2000. Yeah, you're used to watching the 2000 series. This is 2015. So Zuna, he is 0 for 3 runners at second and third. Corners in with only 1 out. And roll. 66. Good thing we replaced him. He would have been tired. So 56 against the right-hander is going to be a ground ball hit to Campbell again. Is the base runner on third going to try and score? He is about average runner at 3. Yes, force the defense. Will the defense try for the out or try for the score? Will the defense auto out at first? No, we're going to try and see if we can throw him out. Nope, we rolled a 5. So, hang on a second. This could be interesting. Runner in third. Infield in, double play chance can only go home to first. -2 base running of runner on third. Offensive rating is -2. Only plays for the infield are home and first. If runner heads for home, a D6 higher than the base runner out. Otherwise, he's safe. He is out, forced out. And yeah, it looks like Morris is taking third on the play at home. I agree, Clayton. I totally agree. So runners still at the corners, two-way though. They got out Prado at home. So still runners at the corners. We're going to play back 2 away. Colors do help. The colors do help, except for no chance of a home run there. It has to be a 1. 42. That's going to be a single just over Campbell's glove. And yeah, I mean, I can quickly see that that is not going to be. He would need a 6. So that is not. The only thing is when you do strikeouts and walks. So I guess strikeouts are the worst. 6-3 against the righty is a blank. Hector Varela 1 for 3, 55. 5 ball to right field. That's going to end it. Going in the bottom of the 8th, Torres' day is done. Ruben Tejada's coming in. Sam Dyson can only face one. Well, he can face more, but Sam Dyson, he'll stay in. Why not? We'll leave him in. 25. Uh-oh. That was a bad choice. Well, Tejada only hits home runs on a 1, though. So it is an 8. So 6-3. He's still got a single past the first baseman. So 5-2 ball game. Bottom of 8. No strategy here, huh? Sam Dyson is now considered tired, so we're going to... let's see, who do we got coming up? Lefty, righty, lefty. We'll put in a lefty if we have any lefties left. Brad Hand's coming in, sure. 4-3. So red means don't click it, but when you do the strikeout, it means yes, click it. So it should be green, as in yes, click it. But the red results say yes, click it. So that's a little weird. So strikeout, Diarno 2-2, range play at the ballpark. Fly ball, and that's Stanton. 1-4, he'll make it. No problem for Stanton. Two-way. Duda, 43, no strikeout. 15, but it's a 19. And that's going to be a double, and not coming home on the yeah, he's got a 0, so he's not going anywhere. All right, so second and third. Do you walk Kadir to set up the lefty-lefty matchup with Daniel Murphy? I don't think you want to put the tying run on first base. We're just going to leave him out there. 1-5. And was it a good choice? It was a good choice as they get him. Yeah, the colors are a great indicator, but you can be thrown off with that strikeout. Let's see. Who's coming up? We got 3 lefties coming up, so Alexander Torres is coming in. Did it do it again? Torres. Thank you. Breadhand, your day is done. We're going to bring in Justin Bohr. Didn't get the start today. 44 against the lefty. That's a blank. 41. Ground ball hits a second. 1 away. D. Gordon, 2 for 4. 4-6. No walk. And there's this special K rule against left-handed batters, 1-7. It is a 7, so it's going to be a strikeout. I believe we click on this. Here we go. So D. Gordon struck out. Kind of quirk. Kirk. May want to bring up that issue. I like its first season will be 1965. Clinton Mark likes it. He's going to get a 1965 season. Pitchers happen twice. Walk. 1-2 and a possible wild pitch. 18 is no wild pitch or pass ball. Fortunately, we get to re-roll that. 43, another wild. And this time it's a wild pitch. Back-to-back wild pitches by Torres. Holy cow, how many does he have on his card? Jeez. So Giancarlo Stanton, 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, 1-1, and it's ground ball. That'll end the inning. So we need the closer here, which we already used. We used the backup closer. We're going to have to use Steve Sychek. Steve Sychek is coming in. Murphy. Walked him. Not a good start there, Sychek. 44 and no strikeout. 56, fly ball hit to right field, one away. Down in their last two outs. 53, that's a blank. 4-4, that's going to be a single. Hector Ria can't reach it. And he'll stay at second. So first and second, tying run comes to the plate in the form of William Flores. 5-4 against the righty is a possible home run. And guess what? William Flores tied up. Oh, shit. I can ignore that. William Flores just tied up the game on the 3-run jack here in the bottom of the ninth. Oh, boy. I mean, they're out of pitchers, really. They brought in, I don't even want to look at the box score. Is it the stats? Look at that. Pinch hitter, pitcher, pitcher, pinch hitter, pitcher, pitcher, pinch hitter, pitcher. They don't have much left in their bullpen. Now that they tied it up, do you leave Torres in there? I think we do. 55, and he strikes him out. Granderson, he could walk it off. Hit by pitch. Nope. 24. That's a pop up to second. We are headed to extra innings. So 1965 season, Koufax last no-hitter. Mudcat Grant and Kitty Cat versus Koufax and Drysdale. Lots of pitching. Sounds like awesome. So we've got extra innings here as New York ties it up with a 3-run shot in the bottom of the ninth, believe it or not. Holy crap. Torres will stay out as long as he can. 4-4. Auto out. Mike Morris. 63 walks him, and now he's officially tired. So next base runner, he'll have to be pulled. 1-6, auto out. No double play. When you roll a 6, it's the only place at first, so we're going to advance him. No double play. 3-6, another auto out. Unbelievable. 3 auto outs. And Sychek, who gave up the home run, is going to have to try and stay in as well. They don't have many options left. Hey, y'all. What's going on there, RNG IDP? 61's a blank. 34 is a double, and that's a good leadoff. That's good for the Mets, not good for Sychek, and that's it. They're going to have to find someone. Brian Morris is coming in. They're going to have to do something here. Hopefully get an out. Actually, 1-1 is a blank. Duda. 35. That's a single, and that might be the ball game. It is. As Duda delivers the RBI single, and that's going to be it as the Mets come back with a 3-run shot in the bottom of the ninth and then take it into extra innings, win it with a walk-off single by Duda. Home runs, Miami, JT Realmuto and Travis D'Arnaud and William Flores. Let's check out these game stats for you guys. Slide this up so you guys can actually see it. Tony Cogliano won the home run title with a whopping 32 home runs. Long time no see. So Duda gets the walk-off. That's true. So let's see what we ended up with. Miami with 11 hits, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. The Mets, 11 hits, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Horrible pitching performance by several. Steve Sychek with a 36 ERA and Sean Gilmartin with a 25 ERA. Rafael Montero with an 18 ERA. So it was definitely a hitter's day. Unbelievable comeback by the Mets. Pull this one out. Unbelievable 3-run shot in the bottom of the ninth. William Flores homers to left. Murphy, Lagares, and Flores score to tie it up. 3 runs on 2 hits. 5-5 going in the top of the 10th. In the bottom of the 10th, Sisek is pitching. D'Arnaud doubled, and Morris comes in and relieves Sisek. Duda comes in, blasts one past second base. D'Arnaud rounds third and scores. The winner, your final stats here from New York, New York. Miami Marlins, 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The New York Mets, 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. What a game. Only 1 wild pitch, which was a huge fault with Digital Diamond, unless you guys can tell me how to slow that down. Seems like there was too many in Digital Diamond. Way too many wild pitches, huh? This game uses the actual schedule for the season, Clinton Park. Yeah. So I will just exit out. So yeah, I can go in and so cool things about this game, Clinton, is I can just go in and say, all right, I want to play a game. I want to play a National League game. Here's my season file, and I can click on a date, and it'll just pop up all the games. I can also just go back to the main menu here. I could just say, individual team, I'm playing the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here's our schedule. I could just click on any game I want. But, super cool feature. All baseball games need to have this. If they don't have it in it, they automatically can't get 5 stars. Has played lineups for you, so I can just go in and say, okay, that's the game I want. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to use my dice animations. I'm going to turn off injuries. I'm going to keep the auto pitch rear plays. Use roster players only. Yes. Choose starters. It already have the starters. All I have to do is go to lineup. It already have the lineup. I already have the lineup except for unless one of their players is not on the team. So it looks like we need what? Right fielder? And oh, he's already in the lineup. Really? Center field, left field. Yeah, it's definitely uh, Peralta. You can go play right field. Yeah, I know. I'm clicking on Peralta. There we go. Play ball. Boom. We're in. Except for I need to readjust the screen. Peralta, listen, man, Clinton Parks, you are amazing, man. Holy crap, you're amazing. I have to bring it back in. I have to wait for my screen to catch up. Looks like we could go over. So there you are. Boom. Lineup's ready to go. Already set. I can play the game. Go back out. Want to exit the game? Yep. I'm going to go in and play the Cleveland Indians. And I don't want to play this game. I'm just going to play, I don't know. Here's their whole lineup for the whole season. All the games. So we can play Boston and Cleveland. Boom. Go. Go. Choose starters. Yes. Lineups. We're missing someone again. Who the hell are we missing again? Second? Nope. Third base. So I click on third base. Chesson Hill.
Play ball!
Oh, there we go. So, historic lineups, easy play. Yeah, a lot of good things with this, Clint. A lot of good things. Except for I forgot to turn off the stupid sounds. So they're going to annoy me. You can go into your data files then. You can add your team logos. You can do your own releasing of players and signing of players. You can actually go in and see all your statistics from all your different teams. I mean, all the computer parts of it are in there. So I can say I want to look at. Let's look at who do we just play? We played the New York Mets, so we can go in and we can say, oh, I didn't keep the game in the statistics because I didn't save it. At the end of the game, it asks you to save the statistics. I just ignored that. So otherwise, you would see all the statistics. You can go in here and compare, and you know, you could send them to an HTML or text document. So highly, highly recommend it. Al, Red Sox fan, Clinton Parks, you're amazing. I tell you, both of you. Ken Castro, Higher Ground Gaming, everyone else has stopped in tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's getting late. I'm out of here. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Do appreciate it once and all. Once? Yeah, it's way too late. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening, and I am out. Wow. Take it easy.